Hello everyone! There is a lot happening in the world right now. And last month I mentioned in my video how a well-diversified portfolio is going to be key to weathering this storm. We have seen in just 1 month the TSX down 7.2% and the S&P 500 down 7.5% approximately, whereas clients in my managed accounts have fared much better because of my approach. So, how does the decline this year compare to what we normally see every year? While it may seem like the decline this year is abnormal, I want to tell you it's actually quite normal. Here's a chart going back to 1980. The blue bars are the ending return each year that was positive for the S&P 500. The red bars represent negative years. Now look under each blue and red bar and you'll see a sideways green square. These squares show the maximum decline in each year the S&P 500 experienced. Want to know an interesting statistic? On average, the S&P 500 has declined 14.1% at some point each year going back to 1980. However, the S&P has averaged 10+% on average each year in return. In other words, the markets are never up in a straight line, and in any year, we can see pullbacks while still ending the year strong. Now, this brings me to my next chart. Yes, down years happen, don't get me wrong, but big down years relative to big up years are quite skewed. Here's a chart that shows the distribution of S&P 500 annual returns from 1928 to the present. At the bottom of each bar, you can see the annual returns from negative 40% on the left all the way to positive 40% at the far right. What do you see when you look at this chart? I see that positive return years far outnumber negative return years. This chart shows declines can happen, but those who look at the bigger picture often succeed. Bottom line, I don't believe the volatility is over yet for this year. Clients' portfolios are well positioned to weather the storm. Volatility is just the toll we pay to invest, but there are ways to smooth out that volatility that I'm implementing for clients. As always, I'll stay in touch, and if there's any questions, feel free to click the link below. Talk soon.